Deputy Speaker, my question today is directed to the Honourable Prime Minister and is in relation to the Kroton Equity Option Special Purpose Vehicle, which was the subject of a decision on the 8th of April 2026. In that decision, Mr. Speaker, the Special Purpose Vehicle is intended to hold and manage the 4.27% direct equity interest in the PNG LNG project on behalf of the landowners and impacted provincial governments, as originally contemplated under the 2008 Kokopo UBSA and the 2009 LBBSAs. That decision, Mr. Deputy Speaker, directs that the 4.27% equity be transferred to a special purpose vehicle from Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited, and also approve the allocation of 30 million kina in reimbursable seed capital to the SPV, and the board of that SPV is created and constitutes as follows. There's a Heights PDL landowners and Hela project areas to be rotated every 2 years. The Southern Highlands PDL2 and pipeline project area to be rotated every 2 years. An independent director with investment financial institution background. An independent director representing pipeline project area in Gulf, Western and Central Province to be rotated every 2 years. The Governor for Hela, ex officio director permanent. The Governor for Southern Highlands, ex officio director representing Southern Highlands Province. And the Governor for Gulf Province, ex officio rotational every 2 years. Critically, Mr. Speaker, this board structure contains no dedicated seat for the plant site landowners of Iriquoiari in Central Province, and the very communities upon whose land the entire PNG LNG facility sits, where the capex and the marketability and commercial viability of gas is crystallized, where storage tanks are kept and marine export terminal is domiciled. The Governor of Central Province holds no ex officio seat, and neither do the plant site landowners named. Given that the NEC decision establishes the interim board of the Kroton Equity Option Special Purpose Vehicle without a dedicated directorship or ex officio seat for the Central Province Governor or the plant site landowners of Iriquoiari, who host the PNG LNG facility, could the Prime Minister tell the people of Papua New Guinea and the plant site landowners and the Central Province people, on what legal basis were the plant site landowners and Central Province government excluded from dedicated representation on the Kroton Equity Option SPV board, given their status as the host community for the project primary infrastructure under the relevant agreements? And if the Prime Minister could also enlighten us if the government will review or amend the decision and the governing structure as it stands to accommodate a seat, a permanent seat or ex officio seat for the Central Province people and also the plant site landowners. Alternatively, Mr. Deputy Speaker, is the Prime Minister and his NEC able to review that decision so that a dedicated Kroton Equity Special Purpose Vehicle is created for the plant site license holders? So the landowners for the plant site area is partitioned from Hela interest and Southern Highlands interest and the Gulf interest. And if so, what steps can they take to accommodate this interest so that there is no disadvantage on the part of the plant site landowners and the Central Provincial Government? Mr. Speaker, as it stands and on face value, this decision of the NEC 64/2026 dated 8th April 2026 is divisive and oppressive and of course biased only in favor of certain interest areas or certain people in this country. This is completely against the dictates of the Constitution and the National Goals and Directive Principles for equitable distribution of national resources. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.
The Honourable Prime Minister.
All right. Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Long give him opportunity, long Member Blohiri query for him to ask a question, important question to seek clarity on some NEC decision or NEC decision that was taken. I want to firstly indicate to this House, Mr. Deputy Speaker, that the decision taken is not divisive to the country or to the PNG LNG landowners and the provincial governments who are important stakeholders in the PNG LNG project. It is not offensive to them also. It is it's in direct fulfillment of a kind gesture by NA government policy. In 2008, 2009, when the Kokopo UB Umbrella Benefit Sharing Agreement was signed at Kokopo in 2009. Mr. Deputy Speaker, you and me were in that Parliament. I was given the extraordinary privilege of my life in that vote on the night when NA government policy was announced. Myself and Governor Agiru, late Governor Agiru, God bless his soul, were invited by then Prime Minister Grand Chief Sir Michael Somare into his boat off Kokopo. Minister Wong, what's that place? Not Kokopo Beach Bungalow. Off Kokopo Beach Bungalow into his boat when the 4.27 equity parcel was gifted not just to Hela provincial landowners or Southern provincial landowners, but to the entire 60,000 people who would be associated with PNG LNG project as landowners from upstream. PDL 9, PDL 8, PDL 7, PDL 1, PDL 2, PDL 5 and 6, and PDL 3. And then the pipeline, the 800 kilometers of pipeline that runs from the ridges of Mount Gigira all the way through the plains of Gulf into the floor of the southern oceans of our country from Gulf to Central, and of course our wonderful people at Papa, Lea, Porabada, and Borea villages. Mr. Deputy Speaker, I want to give full assurance. I hold memory to that gift, and it's a gift for these people, not just for Ella Province. And if there was a cabinet decision that hasn't been officially released to the public as yet, if there was a cabinet decision that didn't include the plant side landowners, then that is a mistake or that is a fallacy. Plant side landowners are important. They are my people as much as they are member for Hiri Koeri's people. They are included in this restructuring that is taking place. The 5 provincial governments, all in all, are included in this structure. I give you all a context. That 4.27% was given at the backdrop of landowners, especially landowners from Heights, and landowners from Kudubu and Moran, and of course along the pipeline areas where proper landowner identification was not made as yet, inconsistent with Oil and Gas Act requirements. Without proper landowner identification, Mr. Deputy Speaker, portion 152, the PNG LNG area land, was already an alienated land to the state.
Point of order. Honourable Prime Minister, we have point of order. Deputy Opposition Leader, what's your point of order?
Whether the land is alienated or not is irrelevant. Point of order is that the composition excludes the seat for central governor and plant site landowners. And the question is whether there will be a review to include them, or alternatively, will they partition the SPV into license-based areas? So plant site will have its own Kroton equity held away from Everybody else.
Honorable Deputy Opposition Leader, your point of order is, that I understand that the Prime Minister is still in the process of answering your question, so I'll allow the Prime Minister to answer to your question.
Mr. Speaker, sometimes it pays to listen and not jumping the gun and asking questions. You may be shocked even with the answer in itself. Mr. Speaker, this gesture came at the backdrop of landowners from areas that were not yet identified. Portion 152 is an identified area. We know exactly the villages that profited that land or gave this land to the state many, many years, and they already embraced. But the other areas that were not yet identified, just to corral 60,000 landowners, including the honorable leaders, our people here, just to corral them into putting their signatures into paper was itself a mammoth task. All you have to ask is us, and I'm privileged to have Minister Duma sitting on the front bench, was the Minister of Petroleum then. Full acknowledgement to him, the late Grand Chief Sir Michael Somare, Arthur Somare, Sepu Katemu on the other side, my good brother, member for Yalu Pangia, and others who were there. We had to muscle in and corral the landowner leaders to sign. 60,000 of them, 4.27% was a gesture to them saying, we know we haven't fully identified you, but there's a parcel, because the request was something must be given. 4.27% was allocated to them. Kumul held 16.57% total stake in PNG LNG. Of that 16.57%, the dilution was to take place. I want to inform this House that of that, since first gas in 2014, Kumul has been a beneficiary of over 12 billion kina, including benefiting from 4.27% parcel in that life, or in the life of the last 11 years of earning from PNG LNG. State of PNG has been beneficiary to over 17 billion kina in direct tax as corporate income tax from PNG LNG. The 4.27% is a parcel that is earmarked as project security for PNG LNG. Landowners, whether at the plant side or at the upstream PDL sites, are embraced in this 4.27%. The cabinet paper that came in embraced plant side as much as all PDLs and pipeline. Because Southern Islands and Hela put together are custodian of almost 98%. And in fact, today as we speak, 100% of all the gas that is currently supplying into PNG LNG, with the main infrastructure up there in Heights and associate backbone infrastructure, Heights PDL 8 and PDL 1, I beg your pardon, PDL 7 and PDL 1. And PDL 8 gas has gone into PNG LNG today from Angore, and it runs through a major spine of the project is a PDL 2 in Kudubu. We felt advisable, and within the spirit of the UBSA agreement, that PDL 2 governor, PDL 7, 8, 9 governor, and half of 9, in fact, majority is in Western Province. So we clustered the two main PDLs, main provinces. They have a permanent representative in this structure, but there's a rotation between Gulf, Western, and Central in every 2 years, a rotation that sits in this trusty vehicle that we want to set up. This 4.27% is not entitlement of law, but a government policy, NA government policy that has gifted the 5 provinces and the 60,000 landowners for their support to PNG LNG when it was in concept stage, right through construction and first gas up to 11 years on, the project has been in production. So it will be detached from Kumul Petroleum. It will be set up in a structure that is represented by all landowners from in the structure that we propose. If there are ways to improve this, I'm very certain we'll consider recommendations from the member concerned, because it represents our important people from the plant side. It's not meant to be exclusive. It's not meant for only one block or one people. It is a structure that embraces totality, the 60,000 landowners from upstream to plant site. It represents the entire 5 provincial governments. And there will be rotational basis with the permanent presence of Southern Islands and Ella as the substantial the holders of the gas in which it is harvested from. They sit inside because they have a duty, as a duty of security, that even member for Karikuhiri will not, member for Hiri will not do. It's not an easy task containing landowners in PDL 1, PDL 8, PDL 7.
Point of order.
We have point of order. Deputy Opposition Leader.
Question the Prime Minister, the importance of the plant site cannot be belittled against the resource. We acknowledge the resource comes from Hela and Southern Islands, but without the export terminal and without the processing facility, that gas is of no commercial value. Please, I caution the Prime Minister to be a bit more inclusive and equitable in our delivery and also in the distribution of natural resources. That's my point. And if the best way is to separate the plant site landowners from the rest of you, can have your politics separated and partitioned away from the plant site landowners. Thank you.
Honourable Deputy Opposition Leader, like I've acknowledged your point of order is in order. I will not allow you to debate on the question that you have raised, so I'll allow the Prime Minister to sum up your answers to the question.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, I take note of his concerns. As I said, the structure will be inclusive to all. They all will be fairly represented. And there's a place for the plant site and pipelines on the board in this company. There's a place for the leaders, especially governors, on the board in this special purpose vehicle. We intend to follow the spirit of St. Michael's gesture. It will not be a cash cow structure that gets fund and funneled to the provinces. They are currently benefiting from the royalties and equities. This should have an element of sovereign wealth fund attached to it. Majority of these funds should be set for perpetual regeneration for these 5 provinces and the 60,000 landowners, including people at the plant site. They're very much important in this as much as the upside. I don't dispute this. They're my people as much as his people. The 2 governors in Southern Islands and Hela needs to be committed, and Gulf. They substantially, because it's a very many people, people with so many interests. The 2 governors burn midnight oil every time to keep the people in check. It's never an easy place up there to make sure people are in check. I also commend the landowners from the plant side all the way to the upstream, PDL 9, PDL 1, PDL 8. I thank them for their patience. It has been a long time coming. The country has benefited over 12 million kin already, including them. Whatever the country takes, we plow back through the budget through our people. So we thank them for their patience, but it's better late than never. A structure that is we set aside. We will consult leaders on all sides, including the landowner leaderships, so that they're happy with the structure we intend to set up. Cabinet decision is to detach 4.27% from the Kumul Petroleum books, set it up. We'll invite all leaders concerned, look at the structure we want to set up. It is meant to be perpetual. And I want to say the distribution is clearly spelled out in the UBS already. The plant site, I think, has 12% benefit in this structure. So it will not be a new reinvention or we'll renegotiating who gets what. The entire benefit structure is already set up in the UBS agreement. Plant site has the ratio already carved out. Pipelines have the ratio already carved out. The PDLs have the ratio already carved out. Based on what is already carved out in 2009 UBSA and the respective LBBSAs, that structure will be set up to look at perpetual wealth generation to distribute to the beneficiaries concerned. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.